All right, we're calling the meeting to order at 8 a.m. We're going to forego the invocation and pledge. Agenda items to discuss this morning is to consider an act on ordinance 808-20, an ordinance extending the declaration of disaster and a public health emergency issued by the mayor on March 20th, 2020 indefinitely, or until the city council terminates the declaration. We have two proposals in front of you. Mr. Grimes can give you the quick version of you've got a list there of what I would say. I don't think the city or myself would be taking any action without what the mayor or what the county judge or the governor or someone else. I think the advantage of the first one that Pat gave us, the county's declaration, is the one that Pat gave us is indefinite until we rescind it. I think that's the biggest thing. I don't see doing anything without the county judge doing it or the governor. So those are I think the difference. The biggest difference between the two is indefinite and 30-day period. Mr. Grimes.
Good morning, Mr. Mayor. Thank y'all for your time this morning. I appreciate the early start. So just to recap how we got here, last week, the mayor issued a general declaration of local disaster due to the COVID-19 outbreak. Per state law, that order is in effect for 7 days until the council can either affirm or reject and do away with the order. So essentially, you guys are going to extend the mayor's order today, or you can outright reject it. Couple of things. One, the biggest issue for this, outside of the restrictions, and we'll get to those here in a second, is this allows our local businesses eligible for any federal or state reimbursement of any programs, for example, SBA loans, FEMA loans, so on and so forth. So I would encourage you to extend the local declaration. We have two different, as the mayor said, we have two different declarations for your consideration. One was done by Pat last week. The other one was received by the county yesterday afternoon. The pros and cons of both. Pat's declaration from last week allows the declaration to continue indefinitely. It gives the mayor power as he sees fit, as does the county declaration. It gives the mayor's power similar to the county judge with respect to Willow Park, as does the county's. It has no restrictions in the declaration itself, and I'll get to that here in a second. It also provides flexibility and allows for quick changes as the situation changes. And it does not diminish or impede any state or county restrictions. And that's the important part. The difference on the county is it's a 30-day declaration, which means you will be required to come back in 30 days and take similar action to what you're doing today. What the county is very similar to what the city of Aledo passed last night and what I suspect other cities will pass. And then, again, it'll be passed by other cities in Parker County. The big thing about both of them is this: our local declaration cannot cannot impede or diminish any state or county regulation. So if the county passes something, we are automatically subject to it. So in the county declaration, you're going to see a list of all the restrictions that they have. We are already subject to those restrictions right now. That's why the local declaration, Pat's declaration, is recommended and suggested, because it allows flexibility for when things change. It's an indefinite, so you will not be required to come back and affirm that declaration in 30 days.
I'm seeing it going at least 30 days.
You also have a list of essential services. I think everybody's probably has seen that at some point in the last 24 hours. We are subject to that through Parker County. The only thing we can do to deviate from Parker County's order yesterday is make it more restrictive. And Staff, and I'm pretty sure you guys are not really willing to make it more restrictive than what they passed yesterday at this moment.
That pretty well sums it up. What is the council's pleasure at this point?
No, state statute says that we fall underneath the county's orders. No, it doesn't represent it. No. If the county makes an order, if Judge Dean issues an order today, we're subject to it.
We can't override or do anything that the governor of the county does.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. Leah, did you have a question? Okay.
All right, do we have a motion? Do we have a second? We have a second. Any other questions? All in favor? Thank you. Motion passes. Thank you, council. I don't have any other comments. I appreciate the local citizens of Willow Park supporting our businesses. It's been, I've talked to a couple and it's been great. So let's continue to get through this. I think my friend Roger Williams would say, God bless America. Second. All in favor. Everyone have a good, safe week. Thanks, everyone.